Can you sing children's song?
Yes, ma'am.
Please try.
Baba, black sheep, have you any wool? Rock-a-bye, baby, on a treetops
When it comes to disturbing content on Reddit, it can be difficult to take much of it seriously. Some stories are clearly fake, others provide links to obscure YouTube channels that just end up being ARGs, and countless others that are simply trying to fabricate an internet rabbit hole. But every now and then a post feels different, one that immediately provokes a visceral response. I found this weird world on the new and noteworthy tab, and it's full of random trash. Plus, there's a baby, I think. There's a video player with a bunch of different videos, and some of them don't even play, but the titles reference gore and other disturbing stuff. I checked the creator's account, and their Twitter is really weird too. Does anyone want to help investigate? I'll link everything below, along with a video of the instance. This post surfaced on r/rabbit holes, describing a strange VRC instance and an even stranger account. For those unfamiliar, VRC, better known as VR Chat, is essentially a network of virtual worlds. Within those worlds are instances, which are private or public lobbies where users can gather, interact, and exist behind avatars of their choosing. The OP provided a screenshot of the now banned profile, and almost immediately, you can tell that something is off. The profile picture contains an image of a real infant, which is a mere glimpse into this user's dark obsession. The OP also provided 4 separate links, but by the time I came across them, only 2 of them were still active. One of them is to an Apple Music profile, filled with distorted robotic spoken audio, and the other leads to one of the most disturbing social media profiles that I've ever come across.
After these messages, we'll be right back. Yeah.
Just like the internet, AI can be a useful tool, but like the internet itself, using AI is putting your privacy more and more at risk. And of course, corporations and other third parties are profiting from your data. OpenAI employees themselves are quitting over these concerns. But luckily, you don't have to worry about this thanks to today's sponsor, Venice.ai. Venice AI runs open source AI models directly in your browser or app. Text, code, high-quality images, and videos are all at your fingertips for your creative ventures. Have you ever asked ChatGPT questions about the CIA? If you ask enough questions, eventually it will stop answering, stating that answering further will be against policy. This is not a problem with Venice.ai. Now you can ask deeper questions and actually receive answers. And the best part? Conversations are encrypted, so they stay on your browser, on your device until you decide to delete them, putting the control back into your hands. I know people have their favorites: ChatGPT, Gemini, Nano Banana, etc. Venice allows you to keep using these AI models all while protecting your privacy, submitting generations on your behalf so they are never tied to your identity. Keep in mind that ChatGPT has a former director of the NSA sitting on its board. Edward Snowden warned us about this all the way back in 2013, which is why privacy advocate and crypto entrepreneur Eric Voorhees aimed to create an AI tool where the individual is protected, not exploited. If you want to use AI without corporations and the government having access to your conversations, go to my sponsor, Venice.ai/Cryptid Candy, and use code Cryptid Candy to enjoy private, uncensored AI. Using my code will give you 20% off a pro plan. The link will be down in my description, and thanks to Venice.ai for sponsoring this video.
What the fuck is that dog? What the fuck is that dog?
Okay.
What the fuck? Hi there! Is that your baby photo? Stop! Pee-pee, is that Pee-pee? I don't know, is that girl? What the fuck?
The username is OYAGOROSI, an account ran by a presumably Japanese man, hosting some of the most depraved content I've ever seen. Upon clicking on the X profile, the page is already unhinged. The banner is a tampon, and the profile picture is of a crying infant, a very common theme with this user. In his 920 posts, we find image after image of various meals prepared in his filthy living conditions. Most of the food-related pictures are centered around raw meat. We find videos of his harsh reality, attempts at fixing a very leaky roof, various pictures of his haircut, alongside what seems to be childhood photos, multiple pictures of an unknown woman, who was also sometimes showcased in his VRC world, and many strange photos with little to no context. He also did post his banned VRC status. He also seems to have a hand deformity, possibly due to an injury, which makes videos like this a little more unsettling. But of course, everything that I just mentioned are the more mundane parts to this account. Many of the posts are explicit and violent, and even in his VRC world, he isn't using generated or animated images. He's using photos of real people and real infants, often posting identification cards and then putting those faces in explicit situations on VRC. Through his X account, 2 of his YouTube channels are found. In one YouTube account is one of the most disturbing videos that I've ever seen, which we'll talk about in a minute. But his other YouTube channel features him showing VRC users actual photos of exposed newborns and posting their reaction.
見て見て。これはかわいい。何これ。
These YouTube videos feature nudity, not just of the VRC avatars, but of babies, which is hard to believe that it somehow hasn't been flagged by YouTube. This depraved fixation is something that leaks into his real life, posting pictures of his realistic child doll, often photographed in strange and off-putting ways. And the doll is also displayed in his VRC world. OYAGOROSI's obsession seemed to orbit a handful of disturbing themes: pregnancy, abortion, infants, and raw meat. Individually, they're bizarre, but together they form something far more deliberate. And it's all brought into focus in a video posted in his second YouTube channel. Images of real infants are everywhere in his VRC world, depicted in off-putting, almost ritualistic ways that indicate consumption. At first I thought this observation was me simply jumping to conclusions, but then I came across a video posted on both his X account and his second YouTube channel. The borders of the video itself contain an image of a baby's face, and even stranger, at the top right and left portions of the video are also 2 other infants, one of which contains a picture of what seems to be a real identification card of some sort. And this same image also appears in his VRC world being stepped on. The video showcases the user slicing raw meat, all while flashing pictures of an unknown man while playing eerily playful noises. He also flashes pictures of used tampons on screen, which I'm obviously not going to show. And then a plate comes into the picture, but the plate is quickly overlaid with an image of a tampon. He then places pieces of raw meat one by one onto the tampon, but every piece of raw meat is overlaid with images of actual exposed infants. The morbid implications are clear and truly sick. And there are even more disturbing posts centered around the topics we discussed, but I think you do get the point. It does seem that this user is based somewhere in Japan, and the language barrier does make this a little more difficult for me to investigate. I truly hope that this user has never harmed anyone, but it's impossible to really know. For now, these accounts tied to OYAGOROSI remains one of the most disturbing social media profiles on the internet. Why are there so many videos of women holding coded signs and answering interview questions? This was posted onto r/deep into YouTube. which is probably the best subreddit when it comes to finding extremely obscure YouTube channels and videos. And something about this YouTube channel feels wrong.
Good morning, madam. I'm Adeline Perocho. I'm 39 years old. I have 6 children. I am high school graduate.
Hello, ma'am, sir. Good morning. I'm Mayflower Carrera, 28 years old. I'm single. I have one child, and I'm high school graduate.
The channel is called Alfonso NG, and it features identically dressed women with a serial number and their names displayed on their shirts. There are over 1,100 videos on the channel, and every single video features a different woman being asked the same exact interview questions by the same unknown woman or sometimes the same unknown man. We never see the interviewers, we only hear their voice. Based on the questions and responses from the women themselves, the channel seems to be based in the Philippines, and all of these women are trying to be hired overseas, often in Hong Kong, as a domestic helper. Every video is about 2 minutes long, and they all follow the same exact format. The video starts and the camera scans their body from head to toe. Some of the women are standing next to or in front of height measuring rulers. And something that immediately raises red flags is the way that these women are forced to hold their hands. I've perused the entire channel, and all of these women are forced to hold their hands in one of 2 ways. The first is in the shape of a diamond, almost like an inverted Illuminati hand sign, and the other way is by having the women interlock their hands. These hand positions are held during the entire course of the interview, and not only do these positions look unnatural, but the women often look extremely uncomfortable, almost scared. The women introduce themselves and state whether they are married or single, and also if they have children of their own.
Good morning, madam. I'm Judith Guiha. I'm 38 years old. I'm a single parent. I have one child.
Good morning, sir, ma'am. I am Rachel J. Lakdaw. I'm 27 years old. I'm single. I have children 4 years old.
They're all asked if they have previous experience working as domestic helpers. All of them say yes. Then they're asked to describe their daily routine, and almost all of them say the same thing. They wake up at 6, prepare food, clean the house, and are in bed by 9 p.m. They're then asked if they know how to take care of a baby. Again, they all say yes. The following question is, how? And they all recite similar talking points, such as feeding, changing, and playing with the baby. And aside from the strange hand signs these women are forced to hold, one of the strangest aspects is that every single woman is forced to sing a children's song.
Can you sing children's song?
Yes, ma'am.
Please try.
I love you. You love me.
Can you sing children's song?
Yes, ma'am, I can.
How? Please try.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
Some of them resort to singing the ABCs.
Can you sing children's song?
Yes, ma'am.
Please try.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P.
They're then asked to describe their character. They all say the same thing.
Describe your personal character.
Hardworking, polite, obedient.
Describe your personal character.
I'm hardworking, polite, obedient.
And the last question always ends with the same exact response from the women, promising to fulfill a 2-year contract.
I promise I finish my 2 years contract. And I promise to finish my 2 years contract. I hope to see you soon, ma'am. Thank you.
I promise to finish my 2 years contract. I hope to see you soon. Thank you.
You could say that this is a legitimate company with a really odd way of conducting business. But what would be the purpose behind the hand signs? Looking into this further, I really couldn't find any company associated or going by the name Alfonso NG. If we're being honest, this looks like potential human trafficking. And it's not really out of the question, as many domestic helpers have fallen victim to similar circumstances in the past. The last time that this channel uploaded a video was 6 years ago, on February 26, 2020. So is this YouTube channel just a legitimate company trying to help these women get hired overseas as domestic helpers? Or is this a remnant of human trafficking still floating around in the forgotten spaces of YouTube?
Let me clean up this mess so I can handcuff you wherever you crazy little boy.
I did come across this entry on r/internet mysteries, but I do believe that YouTuber Bittersnake was the first to uncover this YouTube account. The channel is called Juggle Struggle, and I thought I'd help bring awareness to this because I believe there might be a real victim who's being recorded and posted onto YouTube. At the time of this recording, there are 208 videos and every video is sequentially numbered. The majority of the videos have no thumbnail. Most of the videos only contain sound. And quite frankly, most of the content on the page is nonsensical. For example, that's one of the videos. Others are only a couple of minutes long and only contain random rustling or just other random noise with no visuals or context. The description of the channel simply states, Allison was smart. The profile picture is a really obscure police sketch that was featured in an article by The Sun, where they listed a couple of police sketches that have become memes over time. But aside from all of this, there are a few extremely disturbing videos and notable behaviors that indicate that something criminal might be happening. Could you explain to me what the fuck you are doing to make this kind of horrific noise? Now, there is a video in particular that's caught some attention on Reddit, and it's where Juggle Struggle is, we'll say, pleasuring himself off screen while the camera is focused on what seems to be blood. Many of the Redditors on the thread agree that this is a fetish account, but here's why I believe that this user not only needs to be removed from YouTube, but investigated. There are multiple videos featuring audio, where a female child can be heard and it sounds like something is going on. Something explicit. Real distress can be heard and the audio does sound real. And this could potentially be CSAM material. Which is the reason I won't be playing any of that audio. Juggle Struggle has been posting daily for almost a year. And there are many videos that contain audio that implies that a child might be in danger. Unfortunately, these videos are scattered within a sea of nonsensical videos and nonsensical audio, and because of the somewhat cryptic nature, people might be inclined to shrug this entire account off as an ARG. But the sexual themes and violent nature of many of the videos really is concerning, especially because all of this is centered around a child. He also has 2 YouTube shorts on the channel. One is titled Red, and it's literally 2 seconds long.
Red.
And the other video is titled Walk, and it makes this entire channel that much more unsettling, because it features an unknown child.
Yay! Come back to mama. Walk to mama. Come on, walk, walk, walk.
On top of all of this, he has a couple of playlists. One that contains videos from a channel called Tummy Growly Girly, who uploads audio of their stomach rumbling. He also has another playlist with random unrelated videos, and another one called Allison Was Smart, which features 2 videos of Fergie Over, the disgusting talk show host from the 1980s Canadian game show, Just Like Mom. Fergie Over is of course known for kissing children on that game show. It's important to highlight that one of the contestants on that talk show was named Allison. She was one of the few kids that refused to be kissed by Fergie Over. Is this the Allison that Juggle Struggle is referring to in his description, or is he referring to someone else entirely? Is it possible that the actual child in his videos is also named Allison, making it some kind of double-layered reason as to why he's developed a strange fixation on Allison from the game show. Juggle Struggle is a truly disturbing YouTube account with horrific implications. This channel begs the question, is this someone's disgusting attempt at some kind of CSAM-based ARG? Or is there an actual child in danger? I did report the YouTube channel alongside every profile mentioned in this video. If you want me to do a full investigation on any of the rabbit holes discussed, just let me know in the comments. If you watch this channel, you know that I usually do find answers when I conduct an investigation. And if you're a first-time watcher, I recommend watching my last video where I found a potentially dangerous person from a picture they posted of the outside of a Walmart. It's truly one of my craziest investigations. All the ways to support me and the channel are in the description like you already know. Make sure you join my Discord server too, and we can even talk. I hope you found this video interesting, but for now, as always, I will see you in the next one.